Food in Space, Culinary in the Cosmos. The history of space food began in the early 1960s during NASA's Mercury and Gemini missions. These early missions faced the unprecedented challenge of feeding astronauts in a weightless environment. The initial solutions were simple and focused primarily on practicality. Astronauts consumed their meals from squeeze tubes filled with pureed foods, such as meat or applesauce. The food was designed to be safe and manageable in zero gravity, with little regard for taste or variety. Dehydrated foods were also introduced, requiring astronauts to add water before eating. While these early space foods were far from appetizing, they were crucial in proving that humans could eat and digest food in space. The Apollo missions, culminating in the 1969 moon landing, brought significant advancements in space food technology. By this time, NASA had improved the taste, texture, and variety of the foods available to astronauts. Freeze-dried foods became more common, offering a broader range of options that could be rehydrated with hot or cold water. These meals were packaged in plastic containers and eaten with utensils, a departure from the squeeze tubes of earlier missions. The Apollo missions introduced a semblance of normalcy to space dining, with meals like beef stew and chicken and rice on the menu. The introduction of hot water allowed for warm meals, adding comfort to the cold environment of space. However, despite these advancements, the food remained limited in flavor and variety. The process of rehydrating meals was time-consuming, and the lack of fresh ingredients often left astronauts longing for the familiar tastes and textures of Earth. The Skylab missions in the 1970s marked a significant leap forward in space food technology. As the United States' first space station, Skylab provided astronauts with more space and better facilities for food preparation and storage. For the first time, astronauts had access to a refrigerator and freezer, allowing them to store and enjoy a wider variety of foods, including perishable items like bacon and eggs. The food on Skylab was much closer to what astronauts might eat on Earth, including canned and frozen items that could be easily heated and consumed. Skylab also introduced the concept of communal meals, where astronauts could sit down together and share a meal. This was a significant psychological boost, as it provided a sense of normalcy and camaraderie in the isolated environment of space. The ability to eat meals together rather than individually from squeeze tubes greatly improved crew morale. The Space Shuttle program in the 1980s further advanced space food technology as missions grew longer and more complex. NASA expanded the space menu to include over 70 different foods and 20 beverages, with familiar options like scrambled eggs, macaroni and cheese, and even spicy foods to counteract the reduced sense of taste experienced in space. A key development during this era was the introduction of thermostabilized pouches, which allowed for the safe storage of a broader variety of foods, such as fruits, soups, and stews, without the need for refrigeration. This technology improved the taste and texture of space food and made meal preparation more convenient for astronauts. The Space Shuttle era also saw the introduction of more sophisticated packaging to prevent crumbs from floating in the zero-gravity environment. Foods like tortillas, which produce fewer crumbs than bread, became staples of the space diet. Additionally, the presence of a microwave oven on the shuttle allowed astronauts to heat their meals, further enhancing the dining experience. NASA also began to focus more on the nutritional content of space food, ensuring that astronauts received the necessary vitamins and minerals during extended missions. This led to carefully balanced menus that catered to astronauts' nutritional needs while considering personal preferences. The International Space Station, ISS, continuously occupied since 2000, represents the pinnacle of space food technology and variety. As a collaboration between multiple space agencies, including NASA, Roscosmos, ESA, JAXA, and CASA, the ISS features a truly international menu. Astronauts on the ISS can choose from a wide range of foods, including American, Russian, European, Japanese, and Canadian cuisine. The concept of bonus foods, which are special items requested based on personal preferences, adds variety and comfort to the astronauts' diets. One of the most significant advancements on the ISS has been the ability to grow and consume fresh produce in space. NASA's Veggie project, which began in 2014, has allowed astronauts to grow and eat fresh lettuce, radishes, and other crops aboard the ISS. This represents a major step forward in space nutrition, providing astronauts with access to fresh, nutritious food and breaking the monotony of packaged meals. The ISS also features a variety of beverages, including coffee, tea, and fruit juices, as well as a sophisticated water recycling system that ensures astronauts have access to clean drinking water. The ability to enjoy familiar drinks has significantly improved the quality of life aboard the ISS. As humanity prepares for longer duration missions, such as a manned mission to Mars, the future of space food continues to evolve. The challenges of providing nutritious, palatable, and sustainable food for missions lasting several years are immense. NASA and other space agencies are exploring solutions such as advanced hydroponics and aquaponics systems, 3D printed food, and lab-grown meat. One of the most promising developments is bioregenerative life support systems, which would allow astronauts to grow their own food and recycle waste products. These systems could provide a sustainable source of fresh food and help manage the closed-loop environment necessary for long-duration missions. Researchers are also considering the psychological aspects of eating in space, recognizing that the monotony of consuming the same foods daily can negatively impact astronauts' mental health. Future missions may include more variety and personalization in their menus to maintain morale during extended missions. The history of space food reflects human ingenuity and adaptability. From the early days of cured foods in tubes to the more sophisticated meals enjoyed on the ISS, space food has come a long way. Initially developed out of necessity for survival, space food has evolved into an essential aspect of life aboard spacecraft, contributing to the health and well-being of astronauts. As we look to the future, the challenges of providing food for long-duration missions will continue to grow more complex. However, with each new mission, we gain valuable insights into how to nourish astronauts in space. The evolution of space food mirrors our progress in space exploration, and as we venture further into the cosmos, our meals will continue to improve, bringing a bit of Earth along with us.